Okay, so I know this game's been out for a couple years, and we've probably all seen this level before, but I thought I'd videotape the Nights of the Dead events and start with the easiest one, the haunted house. There's been a lot of changes to uh, this event. In the past, when they very first released this one the first year, they had every creature in here, like these black spiders and the rats in the other room, pretty much be aggro to everybody, so it was really a pain to try and go through. Now the only two that are really aggro and really need to kill are the two boss creatures, what you'll see later on. Um, Changed a lot of things in here too. You used to be able to get some different masks. So I'm going to go ahead and have the video run and show you guys how the Haunted Mansion goes.
Greetings.
Okay, so as we saw, the first thing we do in here is we gotta do the butler's um, chores here. So over here on the table is a note, a dusty note. Take a look at it, read it, and it tells you what it needs to do. Sweep the entryway floor, dust the furniture, realign the pictures. Okay, so basically we just clean this place up. That's something to note here on this last bookshelf here. You saw on the other ones you could put your hand right over it and it would do it. For some reason it only works if you put it at the corner here. And of course I see this picture for last so you can see what the butler says when this part of the quest is finished. Okay, so basically you don't have to kill the creatures in here, but this guy needs the experience. And it's amazing, I've had this character a long time, level 33, and he's actually never been through the haunted house. Okay, so we move to the next area. Take these two boards out. Now see, in years past, originally up on these bookshelves used to be a mask, but they've taken that out. And there's actually some funny little remains on here that has some funny statements, so we'll hover over them so you guys can see them.
Hello.
Okay, and we can see on the table the list, a note for the Lord. And basically we have to learn to dance, spend time with the kids, and pay the bartender. Learn to dance is the most annoying thing in this whole game. or in this whole quest, I should say. Now, back when they had this introduced a while back, when they first had this Knights of the Dead devotee, they used to have you grab different things from the different um, events like this. So right in this room used to be a candy dish. They changed it now where you actually have to fight through all of the event, not just grab the things in the event and then get out. It used to be useful because it's one of the events in Common Lands, Nectulus Forest, excuse me, uh, is one of the more difficult quests to get through. It's just a pain. It's a ring event, and it's really a pain to try and get through. So it makes trying to get that devotee um, achievement a lot harder now. Okay, you guys saw me switch um, my hotkey from my main hotkey to number 2, and the reason being is it's going to introduce 4 dance moves, and it just makes it a lot easier to get through this. And just to let you know right now, I don't remember what the minimum is you have to do to pass this, but getting perfect doesn't do anything, doesn't give you any special reward.
Well met.
So yeah, spin, back, sway, down, and actually right there in the text says you have to get over half, so there you go. Yes, and again, like I said, no special thing for doing perfect. And I'm not sure if you have to do this twice, but one of the rewards later on is you get 2 of the dance moves to do all year round, not just during the holidays or in this haunted house. Yeah, so basically you can't get in there because you need the key, so this is where we're going now to get the key. And if you noticed earlier, this was blocked by a unseen force, now it's unblocked. Later on you'll be going through there to get to the upper part, but that's later, so. See if I can get my guy to go over here. And this is one of the 2 boss creatures in here, so this will actually help me do my daily objective. So basically a large rat in there, so I'm gonna back up a little bit. Put me back on 1 hotkey. And there's one of the 2 special drops in this haunted house, the rat plushie. So one thing to note, what's pretty cool about this is actually one of the higher end housings. I think it's one of the 5-room houses you can get. These doors are actually not blocked. Actually, through this door right here, it's another room out to a balcony, and that little alcove that the rat was in, that's actually something you can actually use. It's a pretty cool prestige house to have, and I believe it's in North Qeynos, um, near the Mage's Tower. Yeah, one of the other cool things I noticed this year, and maybe it happened last year because I didn't play last year's 2016 Knights of the Dead. Um, Instead of getting candy drops, which obviously you can still get candy drops off the creatures, they actually have, when you're running through the towns now, uh, the purple question marks that are actually giving you some of the candy, which is good because some of the candies for one of the other, oh, we'll take a look right now, for one of the other achievements. The Candy Crusher, I mean, some of these drop off of really tough creatures, so it's nice that they're ground drops. Now makes it a little easier for those who are trying to complete the quest. And then of course there's the other plushie off the other one. Probably not going to kill through the rest of these creatures. Probably just do the harvest so I can get it before midnight, before it switches to the next one. Okay, so we're almost done. So this is the important part. This old book here and this post. The very first year I ran through this, I got killed a couple times until I figured out I'm supposed to pay more attention to the book. Basically, you read the book, and then you can hover over this and just spam F for use, and basically it'll kill the creatures. I mean, if you have a a high level character with maybe a pet, you could probably kill all the creatures as they come out, but why do that when they made it easy for you? So yeah, as you can see, I mean, if you try to kill that on your own, you'd be there all day. Probably die a couple of times. I mean, you won't be able to loot them, but you got to figure which one's worth more. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. You release the house, and now you go out and get your reward from the goblin outside. I mean, basically, out of all those rewards, you can pick whichever one you want, but I got so many plushies in my house, and that doomed prisoner is just a pain to hang in any house. I just go for the tombstone now. And that's really interesting. You used to be able to do this quest over. I'm thinking you may have to wait a day to do it. I guess I'll find out tomorrow. I guess it's been a while since I've done the Halloween event. I skipped it all last year, but this is what I was talking about in the haunted house. All these. So you can either get the stuff for the collection quest, or let's see if this is actual candy. Really? All the collection quests? I'll try this one last one over here. Ah, there you go. Yeah, so chewing gum. So yeah, now you can collect the candy as ground drops. So that makes it a little bit easier. Well, hope you all enjoyed the walk through the haunted house event, and if I get around to it, hopefully we'll be having some more of the events. Alright, you all have a good night.